Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Hadn't gone live too much this week, so trying to do some catch up and be present and being out there. Really wanted to talk to you about, and this came from my own experience because I did make a mistake yesterday. One thing with leaders, and as much as, you know, I've invested in my craft, really followed people that I look up to, people that are doing it better than me, and just really sharing and being raw and real. Now, you guys, if you know me, I'm always willing to share more, and we're going to keep talking about this, talking about what sets leaders apart, what sets entrepreneurs apart. And the one thing that I want to say is that no one is prone to making mistakes. You cannot have a life or a business of perfection. It gets messy and you just got to muddle through it, especially when you're feeling challenges. And you guys, you know, I don't know if you've ever heard John Maxwell talk about life and business is a season. So, you know, if you're going through a tough time right now, that's just a season, right? And you're going to pick up, you're going to bootstrap, you're going to get through it, and you're going to keep moving forward. So I want to talk about a little bit, and I want to talk about where I was yesterday. Yesterday was a really, really hard day. It was a very emotionally charged day. I found out there were 3 things that were really bothering me about people that I loved, and it really set me up for a challenging situation, okay? So I had something that happened last night that really, really bothered me, and I was emotionally charged, and it made me very, very upset. So what I chose to do, instead of stepping back, breathing, and assessing the situation, I went into attack mode. And a lot of times I do this because emotionally driven people, they act before they think, right? So I have to remember to take a step back, and I have to say, okay, what is the reality? And oftentimes what happens is that I am one to jump to assume. And it's because maybe I know the situation, I know the people, but I don't actually have all the facts to it yet. So I had this situation and I reacted. And I reacted in a way that if I really would have, number one, used breath work to work through it, shut my phone off, slept on it, I don't know if I would have been able to sleep really, really well. But and not thinking about it. So the one thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about this, and then I want to talk to you about how I rectified this morning. So when we make mistakes, they are humbling. The other thing is that when we make mistakes, we record results. And so I went and I journaled about this situation. Okay. We record the results and we learn from them. And also many get into the middle because you did take the risks. So whatever I try to do, no matter if it's a business situation, a family situation, or anything around that, I try not to be in the middle. I want to be the person that, you know, I'm going to have that conversation with the person and not be the middleman in the middle of it, or, you know, try to help a situation when it doesn't involve me. And that's what people that are fixers, they try doing. Any of us have fixer syndrome? Yeah, that's me. Okay. So the other thing is that you do make quick decisions, okay? Sometimes making a quick decision is not the best pursuit. Now, I truly believe in momentum. Don't get me wrong. But the other thing that you have to look at, your emotional cues. And that is the one thing that, because I had a really challenging day, I was not recognizing those emotional cues. Okay. And not only that, when you take the emotion out of it, you're able to think clearer and also be more apt not to react with anger. Okay. So we listen, but when we make mistakes, great leaders, they apologize quickly, they address, and they take action, and of course, ask forgiveness. Okay, so the one thing that really, really makes me, really proud of how I reacted to the situation this morning is that I did sleep. I did take time to think about it. And immediately when I got up this morning, it was weighing on my heart, and I sent an apology to the people that I was upset at. Okay, we both parties didn't have the accurate information. And so that makes a huge, tremendous difference. And so the one thing is that we have to be clear on what's happening on both sides of a situation. It's not just, number one, and I say this all the time, is that assumptions usually are wrong. And my assumptions were wrong. And I've had that happen a couple of times over the last few months. You have to get very clear with people and you have to have a discussion. And sometimes, especially with, situations that are not going in your favor or you don't like, those are tough conversations to have, but they need to be had. You can't just keep letting it brew or sweep it under the carpet, because that actually increases cortisol. And so talking about it, getting it out in the open, and you guys, I have had to learn this the hard way. I used to keep everything bottled up inside, and eventually it would bubble over and explode. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. I love you guys. It's a wonderful Saturday. Yes, thank you, Naomi. I just got my hair did. I'm all ready, you guys, and I am jacked to see everybody in Cancun. We leave and we get there Tuesday afternoon. So you know what? I'll be seeing you. Big hugs coming. Love you all. Bye-bye.